So I have a message, really not a message, but just something that was on my heart that I want to talk about because, my goodness, I just got a little bit convicted. I'm not sure if convicted is a word, but I just had something laid on my heart, just a revelation that I want to share because I share a lot of my thoughts and feelings on my page. And sometimes the things I say can come off as very opinionated or very biased. But I have had a recent experience where my lifestyle has created a tear in a relationship that is important to me, which is me and my mother. And she doesn't like the fact that I don't claim a religion anymore. And that has really changed the way my mother treats me and the way my mother interacts with me altogether. Like, she doesn't appreciate the fact that I don't ascribe to Jesus anymore. Um, and it is terrible right now because my mother is on her deathbed. She's dying right now. Like, soon she's going to take her last breath. And even that has not changed the fact that she don't really mess with me like that. You know, like, and it is probably one of the worst pains a person could feel. Is like my parent. This is my mother now. It's just only parent that I've ever had. You know, outside of my grandmother, and it is terrible. It's just terrible, and it made me think of myself. Because of the things that I say and the things that I believe and the things that I share with people, especially about our lifestyles and about the way that we live and the things we believe, the things we do. I share a lot about that because those are the things I study within myself. Those are the things that I want to see change in myself. And I want to see it change in my brothers and my sisters. So the thing that really stood out to me was me being careful, really, about how I communicate my thoughts and feelings to people, and also how I treat people, because loving somebody is an act of service. It's not about what you necessarily say to them. It's not about how you feel about them either. It's about how you treat them. It's about how you serve someone. And for me, I know recently I offended the gay community, LGBTQ people, because I was talking to them about creating their own brand and having a black LGBTQ movement, because the Caucasian people who run the brand for the LGBTQ movement right now, they trying to include pedophilia in there by law. They trying to get laws passed. And like, I don't know how that could possibly be offensive, but these people were offended, and they was like, you're saying that black people are this and that. And I'm like, I ain't never said none of those things about black people. And I think this is the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I got to make it clear. It doesn't matter what I feel. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I know. The point is that I love my people on the strength of our common ground that we have right now. Like, I'm just as lost as everybody else. I might be a little more learned and studied, and I can put things together, and I can connect the dots a little easier. And that's the reason why I share, because I feel that way. I feel that I can make sense of things internally, and so externally, a few other things make sense. But at the end of the day, I'm no picture perfect person. I have flaws like everyone else, and things that I aspire to just like everyone else. And I would never, ever claim myself to be, some kind of high, I think a lady said I was on a high horse. And sometimes it may seem like that. It doesn't even matter. But like I said, because it doesn't matter what I think. The point is that I'm fighting for my people. I'm fighting for understanding, and I'm fighting for you to be able to understand along with me. As I learn, as I grow, as I communicate, as I figure things out, this is to me a joint effort. And if we can have honest discussions, if we can have transparent discussions and talk about things like, it kills me that my mother rejects me without knowing anything about who I am. Like, I'm her whole daughter. And she rejects me because she doesn't understand. She don't get it. And I'm like, girl, that ain't supposed to stop you from loving me, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about people with the LGBTQ community. I don't care what you do with your body. I'm going to love you regardless because you are my kinfolk. I mean, unless you do something to me personally that's getting ready to, affect how I treat you, I'm going to treat you with love when I'm in your presence. It doesn't matter what I think about your lifestyle or your lifestyle choices. When I'm around you and when I'm in your face, you're going to know and feel that I love you. And that's going to be plain and simple as that. You're going to know and feel it. It doesn't matter what I think about what you do, which is none of my business. It doesn't matter. I'm going to treat you with love, and you're going to be able to feel it. A lot of the people from the LGBTQ community are some of the most loving people you'll ever meet in your life. They'll shower you with love and acceptance and, just high vibes, high vibrations. I would never take that from them. That's why I love it. A lot of guys always ask, why do black women support the LGBTQ community and gay men so much? And, to me, a vibe is a vibe. If you treat me well, I'm going to want to be around you. If you treat me well, I'm going to want to be around you. And that, to me, like I said, it doesn't matter what you do behind closed doors. I do believe that what you do behind closed doors in that sense of society, I think that the movement to sexualize children, of course, it's going to affect society. I think that the nature of homosexual tendencies on a large scale, when there's so many people involved in it, it affects the evolution of man and what we can expect from our population. So, yeah, I think there are some community discussions that we probably need to have about the LGBTQ community and what that's going to mean for our people. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to love you. And there's nothing that anybody can do about that. I'm going to think what I think. I'm going to feel how I feel. I expect you to be the same way. I expect you to treat me with respect still. I expect for you to be transparent and be clear and stand on your square. If you feel how you feel about how you live, who's going to check you, boo? Who's going to check you? Because I know you damn sure can't check me. If you got something to say about how I live, I'm going to eat your ass up. And that's what it is. I expect for you to do the same. But we also have to be mindful that how we live and what we do, it affects everybody else around us. It affects mankind. It affects humanity. It affects our vibrations. It affects how we build and what foundations we have and how stable they are. Like, there are community discussions to be had about sexuality. Does it matter personally? No. Personally, you can do what you want to do. But on a grander scale, like I said, we have so many people involved in a collective activity. It's a collective energy being produced by this activity. We have to talk about what those collective energies are, what they do, and how that's going to, affect our futures. I don't think there's anything negative about that. I don't think there's anything negative about it. But anyway, the point that I was making is that I was forced to think about myself and how I treat people. And even though I say what I say, I'm always going to be a person that's going to be blunt. I'm going to be blunt. Yes. And that's just what it is. Ain't nothing I can really do about that. Ain't nothing I really care to do about it. That's who I am. I accept it. I'm on a little bit of a mission to refine myself a little bit so that I'm not so blunt all the time in certain situations, like in corporate America. You can't really be blunt in that kind of environment. But I'm gonna work on it. It's gonna get there because I'm not necessarily the type to hold back, and I just don't expect for other people to hold back. So, gay people, straight people, fluid people, whatever you want to call yourself, express yourself. Say what you gotta say. Stand on your damn square, and still receive this love, regardless of what I think. Like, it doesn't matter what a person thinks. Let that go. If I think that your lifestyle has something to do with the way we evolve as people, and these are my opinions about the situation, who cares? Because you're a human being. Just like right now, I would expect from my mother to hear, oh, my baby girl doesn't ascribe to religion anymore. But that's still my baby girl. I love her. I'm still getting ready to invite her to the family functions. I'm still getting ready to call her and see what she's talking about. I'm still getting ready to support her life. I'm still getting ready to encourage her. I'm still getting ready to be interested in what she got going on and support, like I would still expect for that stuff to happen between my mother and I. But because she don't agree with my lifestyle, she don't mess with me. And I'm just like, damn, is it that serious? Do we even have to talk about what I believe in? Like, do we even have to talk about that? Because what I believe in, last time I checked, that only affects me. You know what I'm saying? That only affects me. And I feel the same way about sexuality. How you have sex, that only affects you in a lot of ways. There are, like I said, some collective conversations that we need to talk about for the after effects of what happens because of the way we all decided to have sex. But on the individual level, that junk just don't matter. It just don't matter. So that's just a thought, Learn how to live and let live for real. Because if I say something that offends you about your lifestyle or something that really just don't matter to me at the end of the day, we can't stop loving each other. We can't stop loving each other over something that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I can't stop loving people because of how they decide to have sex. What that got to do with me? My mother shouldn't stop loving me because of who I choose to believe in or what I choose to believe in. What does that have to do with her? That's how, it's just a different way of sometimes thinking about things and not letting that ego play games with your mentality, playing games with how you decide to treat people and the energy that you want to give off. Like, I hate it in the comment sections how we're so easy to just start going off on each other. Like, that's so, it's such a bummer. And sometimes I be there for it. Like, I be like, girl, what you talking about? Shut up. Get off my post. Get off my post. What you doing? Why you come over here in the first place? Who was even talking to you? Like, I be there for it. But sometimes I do get tired of it. I be like, listen, y'all, I really came here to discuss this topic. And I really wanted us to have some progress and some open, transparent thinking, some acceptance going on. Just some higher vibrational stuff. Like, why do we have to hold on to anger so much? I really don't like that. And really, like, at a time, I'm just like, girl, I'm tired of having these situations where we just can't be. These relationships that we have are supposed to be built on love. They're supposed to be built on high vibrations and us feeding each other. And like, if I don't agree with you and how you live, I can share that with you. I can share my reasons why I don't agree with it, and I can let that be heard, and I can stand on that, and I can defend it, and all that stuff. But is that going to stop me from loving you? No, it's not. If I see you in trouble, I'm going to help you. If I know that you're ignorant, I'm going to teach you. If I see that you need, some kind of care, some kind of kindness, some kind of support, I'm going to be that for you. I'm not getting ready to condemn you to the point where I ain't got nothing for you. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to serve you in every sense of the word. I don't care what you do with your personal time, with your personal body, It just has to be, there just has to be a moment where all the other things don't trump humanity. All the energies that we deal with on a regular basis, the low vibrational things that we deal with, the stress, the oppression, not feeling like we can express our true selves, just not being really all the way human. I
We cannot let those low vibrations trump humanity. Like, if I see somebody that needs me and what I have to give, that should spark the humanity in me to give what I have to give. It should spark the humanity in me to see that person off, to see that person being well, to see that person being fulfilled and satisfied, you know, making them whole and complete because I gave a piece of myself. Does that make sense? If you are putting your puzzle together, mine together, and some of our pieces fit, I'm gonna give you some of my pieces that fit. I have a puzzle piece I can share with you. I have some knowledge that I can share with you. I have some connections that I can put together for you by, bringing you into my world, leading you with my thoughts, leading you with my heart. I'm going to lead you down the path I've been down. Because if you're going down a similar path, you might be able to figure out your way. You might be able to figure out where you're going. You might be able to figure out who you are, what you want. What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go? How are you trying to complete this task? How are you trying to complete this mission? You know, there's so many different things that we came here to do on this planet. And trust and believe, ain't nothing new under the sun. I know how to do some stuff that you don't know how to do. And you know how to do plenty that I don't know how to do. We can share that. We can, circulate that and plant those seeds. Let all of that grow. Why am I going to hate you because of what you do with your personal life? I feel like that whole perspective needs to change, especially when it just comes to people giving opinions about things. If I'm giving my opinion, why would that be offensive to you? And then people will get on a comment and say, "Oh, you just giving your opinion. This ain't nothing but opinions," as if opinions don't have value. I know for a fact that my opinion has value because I'm a well-read person. My opinion is rooted in a lot of information. I have accumulated and amassed a lot of information over the 31 years of my life. So when I formulate an opinion, it's based on a whole lot of work. My opinions are based on a whole lot of something. You understand? Hey, sis, girl, what's going on? I'm in here talking about my mama. You know my mama is about to pass, girl. She got some stuff going on with her. But it inspired me to talk about some things today. Because, like I said, yeah, opinions do matter. They do. But at the end of the day, they don't when it comes to certain things. Opinions are here to shed light. Okay? Opinions are here to bring about information. Opinions are here to give perspective and to sort of build on ideas. That's what your opinions are for. And they do have value. So if you want to share it, I'm not getting ready to condemn you. I'm not getting ready to shut you down. I'm not going to treat you differently. And I think that's the biggest thing about what I want to say. My opinions and your opinions are not so important or so heavily weighted that they should change how you treat or speak to another person. It should never change how you're going to interact with people, the energy you're going to give off. I have my opinions all day long. They could be as negative, as bigoted, as biased as they want to be. But when you are in my face and you need me, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to give to you. I'm going to receive you. And I'm going to welcome you. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to do things. I'm still going to show up as myself with my good intentions on your behalf. I'm still going to do that. And how you live and what you do should never trump that. It would never trump that for me. I can have all the negative opinions I want to have about you. For the life of me, I can't understand why my mother, of all people, the person who raised me, I'm just like, girl, you are dying. And you are allowing your opinions to stop you from showing love to your daughter, even on your deathbed. Who does that? It is terrible. It's terrible. But I need for everybody to know, just in case you didn't know, how I rock, how I get down. I don't care what I think about you. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Why? I love you. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if y'all can tell I'm congested as hell. Oh, shit. I mean, excuse me. I'm so congested. Oh, my God. Exactly. I'm going to read this comment real quick. I didn't do a live today, so I'm glad that I got moved to do this with y'all because I did not. Yeah, I have to read this comment. I can't even get my phone to scroll down. Good God. This thing is not cooperating with me. I'm so congested. It's so ridiculous. I can't scroll back down. Excuse me. But yes, I think that that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to communicate with my, whoever follows me and whoever has ever been offended. I mean, yeah, you can unfollow me all day. That's great. But, to refuse the love that someone is giving to you because of what they think or because of what you think or how you feel in these opinions, I think there's flaw in that. And for me, it's not a thing. I'm not going to dismiss the love that I have for a person or love that they have to give to me just because of my opinions about how they live or their lifestyle. Now if you treat me a certain way, then yeah, we're not going to be cool. But as long as you're giving me love, I'm going to give it right back to you. I don't care what I think about you, how you live. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter at all, any of those things. If it affects how you treat me, then yeah, we're going to have a problem. But for the life of me, people, goodness gracious, can we just love each other in spite of what we think about each other? I think that's like, oh my God. It doesn't matter what you think about me. I don't care if you like me or not. But at the end of the day, I have to live on this planet with you. I have to share energy with you. I have to share the same environment as you. And because of that, it would behoove me to love you. We're in this together. It's like simple mathematics to me. I'm going to love you just because you're a human being and you deserve the love. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to have service. You deserve to have safety. You deserve to be trusted. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to have support. You deserve to have somebody believe in you. You deserve to have somebody pat you on the back and tell you that you're doing a great job. Tell you that your effort is not being missed. You know? You know what it feels like to be rejected by people? To be rejected by society, to be rejected by parents? Like, ugh. It's such a negative energy. It's such a inhibitor because, like, for me, what it did was it made me question whether or not I was worthy of certain things. After you get rejected so many times, you start to question what are you really worth. You start to question how am I even coming off? Like, do I even have as much value as I think I have? And these types of energies that we share with each other, these rejections. I posted earlier about we have this mentality where we feel like we want to just portray the attitude that we don't care about each other, and that's so flawed. I care about you. I care how you live. I care about your quality of life. I care about your children. I care about your education. I care about your access to resources. I care about your comfort levels. I care about if I knew that the people living next door to me were being poisoned in their water, I would take them water. I don't have to like them because they noisy at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to care that, they have sex, the way that they have sex. I know that my humanity and the love I have for you as a human being is going to trump what I think about you. If I see that you're in need or in lack, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something that you need, and I'm going to give it to you regardless of what I think about you. Can we just agree on that as a people, as a way of unifying ourselves, that it doesn't matter about what I think about you as a person, I'm still going to trust you? If you say that you provide a service, or if you say that you are a certain kind of person, or that you have a certain kind of quality, or that you have a certain amount of knowledge, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you. Because there was a time when I was trusting my enemy with those things. I was trusting the enemy with those things, and I was getting played. So now, instead of me trusting my enemy with those things, how about I trust my own people with those things? How about I find out who my allies are this time, not my enemies? I'm not trying to constantly fight my enemies. My goal is to build with my allies. Does that make sense? Come on, somebody, give me a holler if you hear me. I don't care about what my enemies are doing. I care about my allies. And the way I see that is on a global level and individually. Like I said, I don't care about the enemy in you. I care about the ally in you. I don't care about the bad things in you. I care about the good things in you. The ally in you. I care about the light that you have. I care about what you have to offer to me while I'm giving something to you. I'm completely negating the fact that I don't even like what you do. I'm completely negating the fact that inside of you there is negativity that I see and that I might not care for this part of you. I'm completely negating that because that's not what I choose to see in you. I choose to see you for the value that you have. I choose to see you for the credit that you're due. I choose to see you for the efforts, the accomplishments, the positive contributions that you are there to give to me. Anything else, I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in the negativity. I'm not interested in the low vibrations. I'm not interested in, giving that energy. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's necessary. So let's try loving each other today. I gotta go pluck this hair on the side of my face, y'all. I keep getting that hair right here on the side of my face. And every time I get to feeling it, it's just killing me right now. I gotta go find my tweezers. This OCD and the way it's set up, it's not gonna let me live. Y'all, I got to go. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I love you because you are my people. And honestly, that reigns supreme over everything else. So if you hear me say something that offends you, you can be mad. I still said what I said. You gonna feel how you feel. And we gonna live to see another day. And I'm gonna still love your black ass. You hear me? I'm gonna still love you. It ain't gonna be nothing that you can do about it because when I look at you, I see me. And I love me. I love everything about me. And even though I know I have things that I aspire to and the goals that I want to reach, some refining that I need to do, I'm a little rough around the edges. But I'm going to refine what I feel needs to be refined. And when that happens, you'll get to enjoy those pieces of me too. As I'm putting the pressure down on this diamond. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pluck my face. Y'all have a good night. And find somebody that you don't like and love them. Okay? Holla.